Well, some staggering numbers this morning. More than 371 million people worldwide have diabetes. 24 million of them live right here in the U.S., which makes us third on the list of most people with diabetes. In honor of World Diabetes Day tomorrow, Avery Addington, she's our guest of the day, I say, she has diabetes. She's here with her mom, Hallie, to teach us about it and raise awareness. Ladies, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Avery, I like your ribbon, by the way. What is it like for you living with diabetes? Do you handle it pretty well? You do? What do you want to say to other kids out there who may have it? Any message to them? Just stay strong and you can get through it, right? Hallie, third on the list worldwide. What are we doing wrong here, or is there a reason behind that here in the U.S. there's so many cases?
Well, there's a difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Avery has type 1 diabetes. That is an autoimmune disease, so her pancreas quit working and quit producing insulin in her body. That number also includes type 2 diabetes, which is a metabolic disorder. And they're kind of caused in different ways, but the end result ends up being the same thing.
What happened when you discovered when she was 3 years old? What were the circumstances, and what are signs that parents can look for?
She was very thirsty. She was still in diapers at the time, and her diapers in the morning were just extremely heavy. Something that just was very out of the ordinary for her. She was more moody than normal. She was very lethargic. And finally, she started throwing up and actually getting sick. And many times it mimics the flu. Doctors will think that it is the flu and send you home, when in fact it is type 1 diabetes.
All right. Avery, do you remember that when you were 3 years old? It's hard to remember back. It was so long ago, right? Yeah, like 4 years ago, right?
Right.
But as far as what kids can do now, you have a mom blog, as they say. I love that term. But what kinds of things do you impart to parents out there? They ask you, and you give them advice?
Yeah, and one of the biggest things that I do is just talk about what it's like to raise a child with type 1 diabetes, and the things that we struggle with and the issues that we face are different than a typical healthy child. And so we just talk about our story, and the message is that you can do this, that you can have a wonderful life. Your child can be just the same as any other child with type 1 diabetes. It may take a little more work, it may take a little more effort, but it's very possible.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into daily life, and you can read all that on her blog. And Avery, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
I like those boots too. I got to throw that in. Hallie, thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate good information. The Southwest Ohio chapter of the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation invites you to their Pizza Dine-In. That's tomorrow from 4 to 6 at the Dewey's Pizza on Brown Street in Dayton. We'll have more information on our website, fox45now.com, and just click on Fox 45 in the morning.